Welcome back, guys. So today we're going to be taking a quick look at the TerraOnion NeoSD Pro, this time for the MVS Neo Geo. These guys make some awesome stuff, and I think this is the premier flash cart if you have an MVS Neo Geo unit. CMVS if you have an actual cabinet, whatever the case may be. This thing is damn expensive though. Don't get it twisted. And I'm not a fool. I know there are plenty of ways to play Neo Geo, but a lot of people do like to use original hardware. And with the prices of Neo Geo games just being out the roof, including MVS games, I've been seeing them going up in price quite a bit lately. And this is definitely pricey, but when you look at the complete library of games, especially just a handful of games, could be pretty expensive. So what I'm showing here is, in order for the label to face forward, I did have to swap the board around. Just depends on your, console you're using. The one gripe I do have is that the damn sticker that's on it doesn't stay on top of it very well. That's really my only criticism. On the side here, you have a little USB port, I guess, for a dev support, a link cable port, and then your micro SD port. You have that little shield on the side, little plastic shield if you do swap the board around so the ports can be accessible. I always use these Micro Center micro SD cards for my flash carts. They're cheap as heck, and I've never had an issue. I buy like micro SD cards from other brands, and on flash carts I always have issues, but those Micro Center ones, I buy them by the pack full. You can get them on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. So I just want to show how this thing works because there's a few different features here. Essentially, you now have a 4-slot MVS with one cartridge because you could load up 4 games into the memory, plus you have an additional RAM slot to just, quickly access a game. As you see, when I first booted up, I was just in my game because I had it boot to game mode instead of the menu. We'll take a look at the options in a second here. But yeah, with just a little 16 gigabyte card, I have the full library of games plus tons of other space. In the option menu, which you hit the B button, you have the boot mode, which you can select game or menu. In-game trigger, which will take you back to the menu. I have it set to AD plus start. There's a couple options there. In-game menu, you can access a little in-game menu to switch the slots. I'll show that in a moment, or boot back to the menu. The arcade mode, yes or no. If you put it to yes, you could remove the SD card and just boot whatever the game is in the first slot like it's an original cartridge. I'll show that as well. The background save allows you to load your high scores from micro SD cards, so you save the high score data every game in a track loop. If you have it on continuous game change, when the game is changed, it saves it from the backup RAM to the micro SD card, or you can just turn it off and use the system how you normally have it set up. Now, you also have filters. You could cycle through filters, set up favorites. If you hold the filter button, which is the C button, you can go through and have a few more options, cut out the bootlegs, change the order by name, year, dev, that kind of thing. So some pretty cool options there for sorting through your games. You see, it's a nice little graphic user interface that TerraOnion has been using in a lot of different products that they make. So here I want to show loading a game to the flash storage here. Metal Slug X. I'm fast forwarding 15 times speed through this because it took quite a while. Took about 2 minutes for this particular game. Every game is going to be different, so keep that in mind for how long it takes to flash to that, storage. But once it's flashed, as long as you leave it there, you don't have to redo it, and you have 4 slots. So that is a nice thing to have there. You could go through 4 different games, whereas the original version, the non-pro Neo SD, you only had 1 slot. So with the way they've done everything here, you have that 4 slots of flash to persistently store whatever games you want to keep there. You could reflash them whenever you want. Then you have 1 RAM slot, which we will show in a second, for instant game loading. I'll compare that to how Metal Slug loaded up. So it contains a total of 3,840 megabits of memory to play every Neo Geo game. Plays original unmodified ROM data, so it's playing it just like the original game would. And there I demonstrated using the in-game menu to swap slots. And then I'm going to go ahead and exit back out. We're going to jump into using that flash storage to just, it's not persistent. It's just if you want to play a game, boom, load it up, and you have it on there until you turn the system off. So doing the comparison here, 15 times speed. Once again, This took less than 30 seconds to load the same exact game compared to when we had flashed it to the flash memory. So nice little feature. You got those 4 slots. If you're not somebody who wants to cycle through 100 games in one session, I think four slots is enough. Really not a big deal. I actually really dig the way this is set up. I mean, I'm patient. I could load up whatever games I feel like I'm going to be playing over the next month and never bother with it again for a while. So that works. Here I'm going to demonstrate using that arcade mode where you do not use the SD card. Just going to load up whatever game you have in the first flash. You can't access any of the menus or anything. It's just acting like it's an original cartridge. You can access your Unibios even with the SD card in, so any options you have with the cheat database and whatnot, you can use as normal. So there you go. Just wanted to give you guys a little highlight of this product. It's pretty much identical to the Neo SD Pro AES version, but just for arcade hardware. You're accomplishing the same thing. The price is the same, but MVS hardware is a little cheaper and easier to find. Getting a Unibios installed with the new Neo BIOS Master was pretty simple as well. I did a video on that recently. Take a look. But yeah, if this is something you're into, they have a very limited stock of these that they have made. They said they most likely will not be revisiting producing them again because, you know, you got to produce a bunch of them, and who knows if they would sell or not. I don't know if it's just all hype or what, but a lot of people have been looking forward to this device, this product for the MVS, because, you know, a lot of people have them because they're cheaper to collect for, they're cheaper to purchase, and it's just another option out there. So I wanted to highlight it. If you're interested in buying a Neo SD Pro, I mean, I bought this myself, not sponsored by these guys or anything. I'll put a link in the description so you could check it out. Very pricey. Yes, you could use a Mister. Yes, you could use a Raspberry Pi. Yes, you most likely could use your microwave if it emulates games as well. But this is not for you. This is for people who enjoy original hardware. And you guys know me. I like to cover options, cover them all if I have them. And there you go. I'm really digging this. Glad I bought it. And you know, one other thing before we go, we're on our way to 100,000 subscribers. I have a lot of things planned for when we hit that. Giveaways, a bunch of streams, a lot of cool things. You guys have helped me out greatly getting to where I'm at now. Dropping comments down below, hitting that like button, sharing my channel, subscribing, all that stuff helps me out greatly, and it means the world to me. So hey, I really do appreciate it. We're almost there. Can't wait. So with that said, guys, really do appreciate everything you do, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace out, bye-bye, and boom.